Olá pessoas, tudo bom? Vamos continuando aqui, né? Já estou no nível 34. Creio que até o final do episódio nós devemos pegar 35. Mas eu já deixei aqui pra gente 20 saltos normais e 20 saltos especiais aqui, né? Não, 10 normais e 20 especiais. Então vamos aí começar bem feliz aí. Duvido que venha alguma coisa, porque o último que nós pegamos foi a Silly, né? Mas a Ruhu seria ótimo. O Horror, que eu chamo ela de cagona. Cornucópia. Céu colapsado. Defesa. Flechas. Antagonista. Uma Serval. Serval que já que não tem Kafka nesse time aqui, né? É bom. Se vier um 5 estrelas aqui, véio, é treta, hein? Que eu fiquei tentando pegar Stonks na minha conta lá, uma cota e não veio. Ô, beleza, outro Serval. E vamos terminar aqui com... Vamos lá. Vamos tá dando essa praga, né? Vamos ver o que vem. Aqui é mais aleatório possível, né? Fruta delicada. Flash veloz. Antagonista. Mediação. Voto secreto. Eu acho que eu não tenho esse aí na minha conta. Vamos ver aqui. Serval? Cadê Serval? Aqui.
Rock and roll might be my only true companion. Rock and roll might be my only true companion.
Tá, esse aqui é importante, o bis. Tá, se eu não me engano é esse e o faça barulho, né? Que precisa ter. Pra ela ficar boa mesmo, né? Se eu tiver a C6 dela não faz tanta diferença, ó. Porque ela... Esse daqui é bom você bater pra poder ultar em seguida. Né? O que não é muito comum nesse jogo. Nossa, drag. Depois eu mexo com isso aqui, vambora. Vambora que tem uma história esperando pra acontecer. Vamos lá. Eu tentei esse ganho te dar mais 10 tiros, mas eu acho que...
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
What does that mean? It's just a picture. Are we supposed to meet someone there?
É tipo isso, Márcio.
It's like one of those messages a kidnapper sends in a horror movie.
That's enough of that. Come on, let's go.
Mahjong.
Hurry up, Chingchua. We'll be fossils by the time you're finished.
I heard there was a disaster in the Divination Commission's delve? I'm surprised you're in the mood to play right now, Chingchua.
Even if the sky was gonna collapse on the Divination Commission, the Master Diviner would be there to hold it up. What she lacks in height, she more than makes up for in stamina. Anyway, I didn't come here just to play. She ordered me to wait here for our guests. Time is precious. I'm simply multitasking. place in the photo, all right. Is this a games parlor? What kind of problem can they possibly be facing? Isn't this hand a problem? I have the worst luck. Oh, hi there! I can tell just by looking at you that you're the Divination Commission's guests. I know, I'm sorry. I was going to wait for you by the statue, but... Ah! Triplet! But folks from the Realm Keeping Commission descended on the area.
A mulher jogou de costa. What? What?
I
What?
thought to myself, wouldn't it be better
What
to meet somewhere
the
quieter,
fuck?
more of a kind? And wouldn't that be more fun, too? Better to show you the real Exalting Sanctum and introduce you to a true Xianzhou pastime, Celestial Jade. Aha! Victory! Now that my wish has been fulfilled, there's nothing holding us back. Follow me, honored guests.
Gente, eu chamo ela de Mahjong porque ela tem as pedrinhas do Mahjong. Mas na China tem dois jogos que jogam com aquelas pedrinhas, tá? Um é o Mahjong, que é aquele lá que você tem que pegar as pedras sem tirar de baixo lá e tudo mais. E a outra é tipo um dominó chinês. É isso aí que ela joga.
Glad to hear it. You clearly have excellent taste.
Mas eu gosto de chamar ela de Mahjong porque é mais engraçado.
Is that a...
It's an ancient tree. We call it the Ambrosial Arbor. It was once the Xianzhou Lafu's prized treasure.
I didn't know the Skyfaring Commission were history buffs. Not bad. Younger generations usually don't know much about it. It's said that the Ambrosial Arbor is an ancient remnant from where the Xianzhou roamed the ether. From a distance, it looks like half a tree stump. But according to records of the early nation, in its prime, it wound into the heavens and from it celestial bodies hung. Meaning?
It means the tree was as tall as the sky and stars hung from its branches.
So, how big was it? Bigger than the Express? Bigger than Herta Space Station? No, that can't be right. Stars hung from its branches. Then, how did it fit in the Xianzhou? Exactly. Let's just say it was bigger than your imagination. Anyway, it's just a legend. I see this view every day on my way to work. I'm kind of bored of it. Let's go.
Você quer sair, você fala logo.
I don't
Need your
believe in
extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced? Look no further.
Água sólida. Gelo, né? Melhor coisa. É esse aqui? Folha imaginária? Acho que é esses dois aqui. Deixa eu ver se eu tenho algum. Nossa, tem um de cada. Eu não lembro agora se... eu acho que é esse aqui. E esses daqui que precisa pelo menos uns 10 de cada.
We're almost there, everyone. Stay close. Just a heads up, please don't go running off once we're inside. You may be the Master Diviner's guest, but she hates people who don't abide by rules and regulations. Oh, and people who ask too many questions, not to mention... Please, don't push her buttons.
Ah, vou
We're just here
aproveitar.
for the question. We'll leave as soon as it's over.
Antes de eu avançar aqui, deixa eu mostrar isso aqui pra vocês, tá? Isso aqui é um negócio que tem pelo mapa inteiro, certo? Uma vez que você completar todos, ele vai... Ele vai... Aí. Vamos ver se você completar todos, tá? Ele vai liberar eles de novo numa versão diferente. Aí você tem que fazer, alinhar o do meio com o que tá atrás, né? Não é difícil, tá? Você vai... Rapidinho você faz. São muitos, então tenha paciência. Mas vale a pena.
Strange. Oh, let me guess. The gate isn't working? I don't understand. It's never been locked before. And no one told me to take a key. Hey, I know the food here sucks, but that's no reason to shut the gate on our guests. Are you really from the Divination Commission? No way. She's already demoted me to managing the repository. What else does she want from me? There's no need to panic, okay? This isn't the only entrance into the Divination Commission. I know an emergency access. Here it is. Ugh, this Stellaron corrosion. What's going on? Great. This gate won't open either. We've kept the Master Diviner waiting. No doubt she'll blame unreliable Qingzhe for messing up once again. I knew I'd offended that Diviner. That's why she sent this girl to help us.
Miss Qingzhe, if you don't mind, may I take a look?
Huh? Oh, no need. Actually, I was just being polite. I don't see why not. Let me show you. This thing is pretty fun.
Isso aqui é fácil, tá? Tem que colocar o S aceso no S apagado. Ô, miséria. Pertence errado.
Wow, you're amazing, Mr. Yang. You handled that well for an outsider. I officially... anyone...
Here comes trouble.
Can't...
Esses carinha aqui, ó, tá vendo? Eles te deixam com status que quando ele morre, ele te causa dano.
What a headache.
Nossa. Tira é meio agressivo, né?
A sharp scythe needs targets.
Pra cá. Pra quem tiver a serie igual eu, tá? Usa ela pra explorar, caso você não queira ficar lutando o tempo inteiro, tá? Que é mais fácil. Eu vou só usar o Invisible Man aqui. Só pra abrir isso aqui. Não tem nenhuma barra, não? Tem um baúzinho aqui. Vamos indo. Destino do caminho celeste.
A large-scale Jade Abacus calculation terminal. It's the pride and joy of the Divination Commission.
We've heard the term Jade Abacus a few times now. Would you mind explaining what it is, Miss Qingzhe?
A Jade Abacus is just... a Jade Abacus. That's a good question, Mr. Yang. It might take me a minute to give you an answer. Let me think. The book, Glimpses into the Beyond, describes it as living jade engraved with symbols for divination into the unknown. Just like engraving a seal, the craftsmen of the Xianzhou Artisanship Commission carve faint symbols into pieces of jade and then insert them into machines to get them to operate according to a certain intention. Some jade abacuses are small enough to fit inside bracelets and jewelry. We put the bigger ones into instruments of calculation, so we can simulate the future and learn from the past. Take the matrix of prescience here as an example. As long as sufficient information is provided, it can answer questions on anything, from the evolution of natural phenomena to the metabolism of living things. They say the theory behind the symbols was handed down by Noose, the Wisdom Walker. The principles are so profound that in the Divination Commission, only the Master Diviner truly understands them.
Seems like it, but Jade Abacus does sound a lot better. Besides, ordinary computers don't have cool backstories. Technology handed down from Noose. Huh.
Noose, se não me engano, é dos deuses aí, dos Aeons.
I never saw anything related to Noose.
Anyway, don't dwell on names. As long as the machine works, what does it matter whether it's a jade abacus or a computer? Just like today. Would it have mattered if Baichue had brought you here instead of Qingchue? It makes no difference at all. We're almost at the Matrix of Prescience core. The Master Diviner should be waiting.
Diviner Fu, how are things progressing?
We're fluctuating between the heaven and thunder trigrams. A step forward bridges no distance hence.
And for those who don't speak Fu Shen?
It's an utter disaster. How's that for a Divination Commission fortune? The Matrix of Prescience has stopped operating, and the symbols have dimmed. There are Stellaron spirits wreaking havoc inside the Commission, and the Cloud Knights are struggling to protect civilians. I want to restore the Matrix of Prescience, but I have no forces available. And on top of all of that, General, we still have to deal with the Stellaron Hunter you handed to us. If that's not an utter disaster, then I don't know what is.
But you're Fu Shen, the seer. The boundless, omniscient. Bringing luck and avoiding misfortune is your strong suit, isn't it?
You don't need to flatter me, General. It's natural for fortune to fluctuate. There's no escaping it. The Divination Commission simply does its best to uncover the good and the bad and then make the right decisions. We have no magical means to turn the tide.
And that
Falou,
is
mamãe, que previu o
precisely why
futuro.
we need you in charge. When it comes to handling clairvoyant Stellaron hunters, who better than Fu Shen the seer? As for reinforcements, you didn't think I'd be unprepared, did you? Look, help has just arrived.
Master Diviner, I brought you the guests. Though, it wasn't your order I received. So, General, even guests are on the payroll these days?
Well, since they're here already, I may as well make use of them.
Entering the Matrix of Prescience without my permission is a breach of protocol. Would be an ungracious thing to say in the present circumstances. I admit I'm pleasantly surprised to see you here. Qingchue is often unreliable, but she comes through for us when the need arises. I was waiting for the Matrix of Prescience to resume operations so that you might gain insight into my divination techniques. It was rude of me to keep you waiting so long.
No need for the formalities. We heard what the General said. If you need something from us, just say the word.
Very well, then I'll keep this brief. The Divination Commission is currently understaffed. I need your help to restart the Matrix of Prescience's space terminals. And eliminate the Stellaron spirits along the way. Yes, but you needn't worry. You have my permission. Xingchui will accompany you. She'll be in charge of restarting the terminal. As for eliminating the spirits... Psst.
I hath divined our future. We are destined to be errand runners. Forever.
What? Which magic word?
The universal one? Please?
Please.
Good enough.
Isso aqui é meio chatinho, então vamos fazer meio que speedrun, tá?
Let me see. This is the temporal terminal. Observes the potential of the temporal plane. They say this terminal is designed to retrieve information related to time.
Tem que fazer o desenho que tá ali, tá? É bem simples. Não tem muito segredo em questão de história nem nada, então vamos embora. Aqui atrás, ó. Deixa eu ver se é aqui. É ali, ó. Ali tem um. Do outro lado é só caminho. Aqui, ó. Vamos ver onde é. Pronto. Perceba, tá errado. Você vai ganhar vários artefatos 4 estrelas, tá? Como por enquanto você não tem acesso aos 5 estrelas, eu recomendo que vocês vão melhorando aí, tá? Ó, o jogo vai fazer você ter que dar a volta, tá? Então, nem se preocupe, dê a volta. Vamos speedrun aqui. Bom que eu já sei o que é pra fazer, vai rapidinho. Incensário. Ah, uma coisa, tá? Incensório e incensário são duas coisas diferentes, tá?
This must be the Karma terminal. They say this terminal is designed to establish the causal relationships between objects. Done. Next.
Não, é aqui. Isso. Pronto.
Was that the wind?
E aqui tem uma luta obrigatória, chatíssima. Porque esse bicho é chato de matar.
Pass it.
Great.
Oh, look there. Everything is worth. Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Valeu.
Don't mess with me, Put. I'll free you from your disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I think something bit me.
No manners, huh?
This ends here.
Commencing research. To travel.
Thanks. Who invited you? Huh?
Is that all?
What a headache. I'll end your misery. I'll free you from your disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
This ends here.
Specimen sighted.
No manners. Who will it be?
Who's next?
Pronto, fim de papo.
A sharp scythe needs targets.
Let me guess. Time, karma. I bet the next terminal is energy related.
Darn, the spatial terminal. They say this terminal is designed to retrieve information related to space. You probably could have guessed that.
Essa daqui o desenho é um pulito.
We did it. All 3 terminals activated.
Beleza.
Let's go back to the core and report to the Master Diviner.
Wanna spar?
Pronto.
Well done, all of you. Now, to are you ready?
Sim.
Is this really necessary? I said I'd cooperate with you.
I have no interest in the words of wanted criminals, especially those skilled in the art of manipulation. So, say what you will. I'm here to witness the divination of the Matrix of Prescience. The Divination Commission has ways of extracting the truth, and they're far more effective than a conversation.
Then please, Master Diviner, witness my destiny. Not what you were expecting.
I can't believe it. But the Matrix of Prescience cannot be wrong. Kafka has nothing to do with Stellaron, but you... It's you. Absurd. I'd never have thought it. Ask her yourself. Take as long as you wish. I must report this to the General immediately. Please excuse me.
You go ask her. I know you still have many questions for Kafka yourself.
Vamos lá. Profetizas não profetizam.
Hi. You haven't changed a bit. I'm sorry you have to see me in such a sorry state. Really? Well, that's good. I wouldn't want to affect your image of me. I didn't talk to you on the train because I knew you and I would get to talk alone here. Worth waiting for, don't you think? You seem to have a lot to ask me. Elio said he foresaw 3 questions, but they would be the same in essence. If I were to hear one of them, I would then tell you the objective of this trip in all its detail. Since you asked one of the 3 questions, it means everything is going smoothly. Are you ready to hear my answer? Cienjo's Stellaron problem is not directly linked to us. But if you look at it from Elio's perspective, you can't say the Stellaron hunters are completely innocent. We foresaw all this long ago, but chose to remain indifferent until the time was right for us to get involved. Diviner Fu was surprised because she discovered 3 truths. 1. The Stellaron hunters are not enemies of the Cienjo. You know this now, though you refuse to believe it. 2. Someone else brought the Stellaron into the Cienjo and activated it. A result of both internal unrest and external aggression. Traitors on the Luofu and enemies from outside want to overthrow the Cienjo. The Master Diviner is in a hurry to find the General, presumably to inform him of this fact. However, that's all the Master Diviner knows, because Elio withheld key pieces of information from me. He foresaw the Divination Commission using the Matrix of Prescience against me. To guard against setbacks, he ensured that I knew only what he wanted the Cienjo Alliance to know in this moment. As for number 3, even in their wildest dreams, the Cienjo Alliance could never have guessed it. If the Stellaron hunters aren't the cause of all this, then why are Blady and I even here? We're here for you. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It's no wonder Fu Shen doesn't believe it either. But the Matrix of Prescience doesn't lie. The answer is just that bizarre. The Stellaron hunters appearing here, Blady getting arrested, me being lured to the Matrix of Prescience. It was all to bring you, the Astral Express crew, to the Cienjo. In the future that Elio chose, the power of the hunt is indispensable. And that's why the Astral Express crew had to come to the Luofu and achieve something important for the Cienjo. You had to establish a connection with the Alliance. And that's why I had to trick you into coming here. I needed you to meet the Luofu's general in person and to help him resolve the Stellaron crisis. I needed the Alliance to owe you a favor. That way, in the future, at the most critical moment, the Cienjo will offer you their help. What do you think? Surprised? The notorious Stellaron hunters did all that just to make you a hero of the Cienjo? Quite the plot twist, don't you think? Like I said, Elio withheld key pieces of information from me. The future holds endless possibilities. Knowing the right thing at the wrong time could spoil all our hard work.
Hélio é o que deu o poder pro protagonista, né? O primeiro deles. da
In the
destruição.
best and the worst cases, you will eventually have to face Nanook, the destruction. And when that time comes, you will need all the help you can get. It will be a brutal struggle of eonic proportions.
Isso aqui revela que o
Proportions that
grande...
neither you, nor I, nor the Astral Express will ever be able to reach. In the vast majority of futures, that's when destiny ends. But if we follow Elio's plan, there may be a glimmer of hope on the horizon. You know, even eons can be killed.
Então o grande plot é que em algum momento nosso protagonista vai sair no soco com o Nanook, que é o da destruição. Que todo mundo pensa que ele que deu o poder pro protagonista, né? Mas não é bem isso, né?
Interesting. So, eons can die, huh? Weird. I thought they were invincible.
There is no true invincibility or immortality in the world. Such exaggerations are born of the perspectives of ordinary beings. Nonetheless, ordinary beings could not have orchestrated the fall of the propagation. That eon was slain at the hands of another eon.
I don't understand. They're all eons. Why do they want to fight?
Are you really from the Xianzhou? Other eons aside, surely you must know the story of Lan and Yaoshe. Isn't destroying the Eon Yaoshe the Alliance's cherished aim?
Of course I know. Well, I know a little. My mom made me practice with swords all day. I didn't really go to school.
In that case, let's
Explica
just
porque ela é meio
change the
burrinha.
subject. If you don't know about the feud between the hunt and the abundance, I'm afraid there's just too much to explain.
Fine. How's this for a subject? What's in the box?
Oh, this one? It's a casket, more commonly known as a coffin. It's for containing the remains of the deceased.
The deceased? Aren't you a merchant?
Yes, indeed. This is just part of my job. I was asked to deliver this coffin to the Xianzhou. I'd quite forgotten. For long life species, death is probably a distant concept.
Nope. The Cloud Knights spend a lot of time on the battlefield. Death is a common occurrence. It's just, we don't put bodies in boxes. Coffins. In the Xianzhou, people go to the Hall of Karma in the Ten Lords Commission and consecrate the names and jade abacuses of the dead. It's our way of saying goodbye. The Foxians and the Videodora have their own ceremonies. Foxian soldiers place their dead in star skiffs and then let them drift out into the stars. They call it the returning. As for the Videodora, they're more mysterious. They say that when a Videodora is very old or has a fatal injury, they turn into an egg that looks like a pearl. When the shell breaks, they come out looking young again. My mom calls the Videodora long scions. When I was young, she told me stories of how the Videodora could turn into dragons. I don't know if that's true. What do you know? Silent but deadly speaks.
Your mother is right. The Videodora are long scions. They are descendants of the Eon of Permanence. That was why some, but not all, could turn into dragons.
A permanência é citada, mas a gente não vê o visual da permanência até então.
Only to those who could successfully complete numerous rites and challenges. for
Esse
the
é um elemento que,
inheritor.
se chegar, eu não sei como é que eles vão fazer, não. Porque, teoricamente, seria um personagem que fica tancando o hit kill, né?
Ah, I've heard the story of Long the Permanents and their descendants. Many myths and legends praise the Eon for a rich and immortal life. But for some reason, the Eon disappeared among the stars without a trace. Almost as if they had never existed, leaving only their descendants. Every life has its limit. Even the Eons are not truly immortal and will eventually reach the end of their lives.
O problema desses jogos muito complexos e
let me
muito
ask you
densos
one more
é
question.
que você quer ver o final do rolê, né?
Know the
E é muito
person in the
longo pra chegar lá.
Yes.
friend?
No.
So, a sweetheart?
Miss, whatever gave you that impression? The individual in the coffin is neither friend nor relative. We met only once. By chance, I made someone a promise, and so I have to run this errand. Let's leave it at that, shall we? I think we've all had enough rest.
Beleza, gente. A gente continua no próximo episódio, tá? Falou, valeu. Até mais. Fui.